It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. جو بتاع ملبن ده ملخبطنا جوا، لا لا صعب شديد. ايه ده؟
That's very bad.
Okay. But the network.
You want me to wait?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hmm.
آه، مشاهدين برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا، رمضان يحييكم من مدينه ملبورن الاستراليه. مرحبا بكم في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. ذكريات في ايامنا تقدم لكم برنامج الرياضيه الثقافيه الاجتماعيه. اليوم حنكون معكم على الهواء مع واحد ابنائنا، بطل اول ابطال بتاعنا في استراليا، او اول لاعب يمثل استراليا. هو من ساوث سودانيس. وموجود معنا هنا اخونا الاصغر مننا، هو حيتعرف اسمه علينا ونرحب به في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. ونقول لكل احباء ومشاهدين واخواننا والاهل في كل مكان كل سنه وانتم طيبين. هابي فالنتاينز داي، ونقول لكم مرحبا بكم في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا، وان شاء الله يشتوا يوم امس يوم جميل جدا. فاليوم هنكون معكم مفاجاه كبير مع بطل كربا، هيكون معنا الحوا بطل. كربا ويلكم. سلام عليك يا اخي.
السلام عليك، ازيك كيف؟
انا بخير الحمد لله. انا مبسوط اشوفك الليله في برنامج.
لا لا، شكرا شكرا، شرفنا.
والحقيقه انت واحد من الابطال اللي احنا ما قابلناك في وما شاهدناك في ملاعب، لكن حداثك كان كثير، قد نسمع كثير برا. فانا دايرك تعرف اسمك مع المشاهدين بتاعنا، وتفضل.
اوكي، انا اسمي بالكامل كوروبو جون ايتو يانا. انا هسه عمري 39 سنه.
ما شاء الله.
في السنه دي ان شاء الله انا بكون 40 سنه، وطبعا انا ملاكم.
نعم. انت واحد من اول ملاكمين بتاعنا في استراليا. يعني انت عارف لما جينا هنا كان الاولاد كله كان ماشي لباسكت وسوكا وكده. عايزين نعرف كوربو جاء في استراليا 200، ومنه اول رياضه هو بدا نوع الرياضه.
احنا جينا في استراليا في شهر 8، يوم 19 شهر 8 2003. ده زمان احنا دخلنا في البلد اسمه مالبون ده. وزمن ذاك طبعا كان ما في سودانيين كتار، واحنا قعدنا في تجاه بتاع northern suburb like reservoir. واحنا قعدنا بهناك، وانا كنت بمارس في اسم شنو ده، فوتبول سوكر.
نعم.
يعني زمن ده كنت بلعب سوكر، وانا سوكر شويه كده. I was okay, I was doing good. يلا بعد كده يعني زمن ذاك كان في عنصريه شويه، you know. في عنصريه على الحقيقه ده انا بقوله. كان في
نعم.
عنصريه بين احنا طبعا الناس الاسود ما في كتار كان في البلد. وعشان انا يلعبوني طبعا ده بكون بوستاد وكده عشان نلقى جيم تايم. الا الزمن اللي يعني الكوتش لما يشوف احنا قاعدين نقلبونا وكده، يلا دول بيجي بيدخلوه كهرباء عشان يساعد نجيب جون ونتعادل ولا نعمل حاجه زي. So yeah, that's how I started.
نعم. فاول فريق انت لعبت فوقه يا فريق ان شاء الله.
ده في فريق كان اسمه ريزرفور يونايتد I think.
اوكي.
ريزرفور يونايتد زمانك. ده كان في 2004
نعم.
لحدود 2005 و6 كده. انا قمت يعني انا one thing I didn't like about this Shinoda
football
football,
teams, yeah.
I mean, when people lose, when a team lose, people blame others, the teammate.
Ah,
You didn't pass me the ball. You could have done this. You could have done that. Oh, I'm a person that I love challenges, you know. And I'm
yep.
طوالي أنا قمت شنو أنا قلت وين يعني نمشي نشوف لي رياضة تاني ده
تشيل
بيخليني
مسؤوليه برات.
نشيل المسؤولية بتاع براي. If I lose, I don't blame on anybody but myself. ده أنا قمت كليت سبورت بتاع سوكر. قمت بشير في بوكسينج ده في 2006.
اوكي، بيفور انت مشيت بوكسينج، كان عندنا التيم بتاع الساوث سودانيس هناك، انت لعبت معاه؟
أنا لعبت معهم. لعبت في مباريات كده. أنا لعبت في اتجاه نبيجة. أنا
نعم.
لعبت صح أنا لعبت.
طيب، واحد من مناسبات بتاعت راس السنه او كريسماس كان الناس بيجي يلعبوا. الكاتوري كان بيعمل مباريات بتاع فوتبول، وجاي تجي لعبت ضد كليلاند.
No, I didn't. I didn't. That's when I started اسمه شنو ده boxing.
بوكسينج خلاص اوريدي، اوكي.
Yeah.
لانه كنا بنتعامل مع جماعه هناك، وانا يعني الغريب انا ما شفتك عشان كده انا استغربت. انا
لا
سمعت
لا
انا
لا
نعم.
لا أنا كنت ما لعبت بهناك.
نعم، لان يحيى كان برضه شغالين شغل كويس بغادي الديبه،
أيوة
فكان
صح.
في مجموع كان كويس هناك من اللعيبه بتاعت كوره. طيب انت كربا شنو عجبك في البوكسينج؟
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Boxing, اللي عجبني في boxing is challenges. You know,
نعم.
challenges. طبعا أنا من ما ربيت. أنا كنت جانا جلادة بشديد زمان في خرطوم.
نعم.
انا كنت جلادة بشديد. كنت بهب مشاكل وكده. لكن شنو ده الرياضة دائما خلاني نكون في سكة واحد.
نعم.
بوكسينج انا حبيت بوكسينج من انا كنت صغير. انا كنت بهب ب هنا sometimes احنا بنتحاذر في شارع وكده. زمان انا جيت كليت سوكا ومشيت لبوكسينج. انا لما دخلت في جيم بوكسينج جيم ده
نعم.
I felt like اسم شنو ده. One thing about boxing is
مهم.
boxing gyms actually.
يب.
بوكسينج جيم بيلم كله شخص من الناس.
نعم.
انت انت لو اسود ابيض فقير وغنيان بوكسينج جيم بيجمعكم كلكم في محل
جيمكم،
واحد.
نعم.
بيلمكم كلكم في محل واحد. لانه انتوا هناك قاعدين تتمارسوا ده رياضه بس. اوكي. اللي حباني في البوكسينج ده تشالنجز بتاع بوكسينج ده وذكاء. بوكسينج ما كله بس عضلات.
نعم.
لازم تكون عندك مخ.
ده حقيقه.
لازم تكون انت it's physics what they call it sweet science.
يب.
so so you can you know how to think, how to outsmart your
مهم.
opponent.
نعم،
So
ده حقيقه.
that's what I love about boxing, the challenges about it, and how you don't really have to be physically strong, but you just have to be smart.
Okay. How do you found even the boxing gym?
I found the boxing gym through one of my friends a long time ago in Preston. I used to work at this clothing store. They
Okay.
used to sell like hip hop, whatever stuff.
Mhm.
And I used to work there. And then I always used to muck around with one of my friends. He was from Tanzania. I used to play around with him. And then he said, "Ah, man, there's a boxing gym around the corner from here, and I know a guy that trained there." I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." But I never got to go. And then one time, one of these guys that he was a Aboriginal guy. His name is Chris Collar.
Mhm.
He's the first indigenous man to win a world kickboxing um title. The
Okay.
first the first indigenous man to do that. He's from WA. Currently he's
Oh,
back to in currently he's back in WA. So he came to the shop. Uh, we introduced, we met each other, we shook hands, and then he said, "Hey, come." And then one day I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to the gym. So I went to the gym and I never left. Since the time that I walked in the gym and I felt welcome, Everybody welcomed me, and I found the brotherhood, and it was a great support.
That's good. So, who's the first person you know him there in the gym? And straight away he go to your mind straight away. This is the best person I can hang with.
Um, well, the coaches were very welcoming. You know, when I was in the back on the boxing bag doing my thing, and the coach came to me. He said, "Have you boxed before?" I was like, "No."
No.
And he said to me, you look very talented, like you boxed before." So I was like, okay, cool. I think it's in the blood." So yeah, that's all. That's I just continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before you come to the boxing,
Mm.
did they watching some games before, or it's that, or
Oh yeah.
some attract you to just following?
Yeah, most definitely. Everybody know Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and there's other name like Lennox Lewis, who's from British.
Yeah.
It's a British heavyweight,
Mm-hmm.
and there's another guy, Pernell Winnicker. I know these guys. So I know these
Okay.
guys. Yeah, so I used to, watch them, but I wasn't
Watch it.
following boxing as as I used to follow soccer. But
Yeah.
once I started going to the boxing gym, then yeah.
Okay. So from there, how many months you practice? You went to first match for you, like, or you go to the on a stage.
Uh, the my first boxing match was in 2007, an
Okay.
amateur, an amateur. That
Mm-hmm.
was in February 2007, and mind you, I only trained for 6 months. That's when I
Okay.
had my first fight, and I think it was really fast because I have a competitive spirit, competitive nature. When I start something, I want to finish on. Like I'm not that type of person who go to jump from one thing to another.
Yeah.
يعني زمان أنا اتمارست قاعدين نتمارس وطبعا في البوكسينج بتاعنا ده كان في ناس professional already professional boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yalla, my coach, he put me in the ring to spar with these people. And I used to, touch these people up with good punching. And my
Mm-hmm.
coach looked at me, he goes, this guy is very good. So within 6 months, I had my first amateur boxing fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first time when the coach tell you you're gonna
Mm,
play tomorrow
mm,
or after a couple of days,
mm.
how your life go from that day to the you went from there to today you went to state.
That was it was it was very exciting moment,
Yes,
and yet I was nervous as well
you're right.
because it's something that I've never done. And
Yes.
here I'm jumping in a boxing ring for the first time in my life. Yeah. Um and I was excited, anxious, nervous, and I was like, okay, cool, no problem. My coach he's a very good friend of mine until today. He spoke to me good. He said, listen, you've done very well and I trust your work, and that's why I'm putting you in there. And this is not gonna be any different than training, than sparring. It's just
Yep.
gonna be a lot of people around,
Mm-hmm.
and you just go there and listen to what I tell you and have fun. And that's what I did.
Okay. And you jump in the state. Well, before maybe you're coming from the room, they're calling your name, whatever music, and people cheering. How do you feel? And you're nervous because first game. So what do you expect? Are you they're gonna hit you falling down, or you're gonna win, or you just want to stand? You want to see yourself. How do you just on this stage?
Man, that feeling was 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 beautiful. It was something
You're waiting for?
yes, like I wanted to do that, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I was very excited, and mind you, like the noises, whatever my friends screaming,
Take
I
it
wasn't
off.
hearing that. يعني أنا ماشي بس أنا ماشي شنو أنا ماشي أنا عارف أنا دي شنو قدامي هدفي شنو أنا ماشي
نعم.
بس.
تمام.
so so مشيت دخلت في جارين. The first time أنا دخلت في جارين, my coach come with me, and okay, كابت اسم شنو حكم جا في النص. اوكي قال لنا اوكي ما في بني بارزول وكده, وانا كان دقوق بالطريقه دي, انت وقعت تحت, اوكي انت تمشي في الكورنر ده وكده كده. انا قلنا اوكي ماشي. كوتش بتاعي قام طلع من رينج. That's the time they انا شايف, انا قلت oh you're not gonna fight with me. it's very very what's the word that I'm looking for, very
Is that scary or
it was a bit scared because you usually used to having someone there on the corner,
next to you?
but now,
Yeah, yep,
yeah,
yep.
but now your coach is out of the ring. Nobody else, only three people in the boxing ring.
Yeah, right.
Me, my opponent that I know on the other side, he's very muscly, tattoo, and then the ref. And I was only jamming, not go there, you do he wants to take my hair out.
Finish a quick one.
Yes, but now is the game started. Okay,
Yeah,
now is the match started. Now is who's the smartest. Now how I overcome that, I just look at my life from where I started and where I become, and all the challenges that I've faced in life.
yeah,
من Sudan لحدود مصر لحدود احنا جينا بجاه. I looked at it like that. I was like, this boxing match is the easiest, you know. It's the easiest, not the hardest. I've gone through a lot harder things in life than this. So I
yeah.
went there. I won the first competition in the second round. I stopped the guy in the second round, and that was that. So yeah, and I won the fight.
Wow. And the
Mm.
second round.
In the second round, I stopped him. He was bleeding too much, and they stopped the fight.
Wow.
Mm.
So for that guy, is that first game for him too?
That was his second amateur fight.
Amateur fight. Yeah, amateur
That
fight.
was that was his
Wow.
second amateur fight. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So from there, your coach and your teammate and all this group, you've been trained with them.
Yes. يعني مراسنا تمرين. ده كان بوكسينج, ده كان حصل يوم الأحد. اوكي.
نعم.
يوم الأحد, يوم الاثنين على طول أنا رجعت في جيم. اوكي. Because
Yes.
it was the first one. أنا
Uh-huh.
رجعت في جيم. يعني مع راسنا التمرين وكده get ready for the next one. You know. So as the competition going, يعني in amateur boxing, I was fortunate enough to be, يعني زمان ده كده كان ما في أفارقة كتار. The only Africans that end up coming was يالا اللي جورا من انت مذكر في Commonwealth 2006.
Yeah, African Daily. Yep.
African, ايوه
ده
ده.
جورو هنا وكده ده راي.
ايوه ده الجورو طبعا كان معمول في ملبن. يا جورو يا هم
نعم.
قاعدين نتمارسوا, واحنا هسه حتى اليوم الليله ده we have a good relationship,
واو.
because انا كنت اول سوداني, وبعدين
نعم.
الثانيين دول كان من كاميرون, تنزانيا, Nigeria. We have a very good relationship,
Very
so
good.
we always had each other back. And من زمان ذاك انا continue مع ممارسه بتاع boxing.
Mm-hmm.
After boxing took me, أنا مشيت Thailand. I fought in Thailand. That was in 2008
نعم.
during اسم شنو the Olympic Games كان قاعد يحصل في China. But I
نعم.
was in Thailand for
Thailand.
boxing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I came back. I continued boxing. حتى أنا مشيت في أمريكا بس for training camp, but
Yep.
no for اسم شنو fighting.
Fighting. Yeah.
No for fighting, I just training camp. And I did. Um, yeah, boxing took me places. Took me to places.
طيب all this منيا كان قاعد يصرف لك.
That's very good. انت يعني انا اقول لك ناس ما قاعدين يتقابلوا بس ساكت سنبلة كده.
نعم
ربنا بلم ناس بهدف.
نعم.
You know, and I was very fortunate and very lucky. يعني جيم اللي انا دخلت فوقه ده كان ده سبب بركة. يعني I met very good people. يعني the gym used to sponsor some of my flights to go to interstate حتى يعني في Thailand whatever. They used to help. فأنا كنت شغال برضه شغال وقدر نقرا وكده يعني كان في مسؤولية فيه.
نعم
كان في مسؤولية. طبعا أنا ولد الكبير لحاجة بتاعي
نعم.
يعني there was the responsibilities, you know, you still have to take care of those who are back home.
family
You
yeah
know?
yeah yeah.
Yeah. and قالوا ما في راجل صغير.
صح.
ما في راجل صغير. انت لو صغير مهما كان الظروف you have to work and help.
حقيقة.
So nice with our gym, they helped me out with, you know, finding jobs and things like that. And I was working and yeah.
اوكي. طيب اول باول عايزين نعرف كيف لاعب يكون انترناشونال يعني. how do you move from بس زول كان عادي بيتمرن عادي وبقى the first South Sudanese Australian يعني سوداني او South Sudanese هو قدر يلعب اول بروفيشنال عندنا فينا في ملبورن. يعني انا فخور بذاك لانه يمكن بعدك ظهر ناس كتار في مناشد التانيين لكن في
ايوه.
بوكس ممكن كان بدايه انت.
اي والله انا هقول لك كده يعني boxing there's two stages. اوكي.
نعم
في ستيج بتاع amateur boxing ده. amateur boxing يعني انت لو قدرت تمشي اولمبيكس وحاجات دل انت لازم تكون في amateur boxing and then there is a professional level.
يب
professional ده طبعا يا هو ما في قمصان بتطلع انت تطلع قمصانك برا
نعم نعم.
ويعني different look.
يب
يعني انا I've had over 30 fights in amateur boxing. I've had over 30 fights and I fought some of the best guys in Australia.
مم.
And I came close. I lost few matches. I won a lot of matches, and that happened in the amateur boxing. Amateur boxing is like it's like a Tamil apprenticeship. You're doing an apprenticeship, yani before you become electrician or a plumber, you have to do apprenticeship.
يب
Yeah, in order for you to get the qualification to go to become a fully study for uh, a plumber or electrician.
يب.
So أنا كنت في amateur boxing لمدة 5 سنين. يعني من 2005 من 2007 لحد 2012.
مهم.
Okay.
يب
يعني في during that time I've had my injuries. I've had severe injuries, knee or shoulder وحاجات دي.
يب.
It stopped me from boxing, but I got back to boxing. I continued training. Um يلا في 2013 that's when I turned professional. That's when I became a professional boxer. Yet I was the yet as far as I know, I was the only South Sudanese um guy to turn professional at that time. The first one. And it was very interesting. And that's a totally different game. It
يب.
changed. It's totally different amateur boxing. That become a business now. You know? That's when people need to know how much followers you have,
يب.
community, like how many people can come and support you when you fight. And I was very lucky enough. All my friends, Keegan and some of the other boys from Dandenong side, they were
يب.
always they were always there, always at my boxing fight. And they've been a massive support to me during my boxing career. You know, they never missed no one match. They were always there. They always showed up, and they were loud. They're loud, and my people from the gym, they were very loud, and helped me to gain a lot of fights. And my professional record, yeah,
Yep.
I've had 10 professional fights.
Wow.
I won 7. I had 2 draw, and I lost 1. I lost 1, and that's when I dislocated. I dislocated my shoulder through the fight, but it was a beautiful fight. It comes with the game. So yeah, that's how you move and from amateur boxing to professional boxing, and you move from there because that's how it is. And if you're good amateur, you will be a good professional fighter.
Yep. Wow. So from there, did you think you want to go far?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. The dream is this is every boxer dream to
Yep.
become a world champion, you
Mm-hmm.
know? To become a world champion, That's every dream. And that was my dream, to be the first South Sudanese world boxing champion. But unfortunately, you know, that didn't happen, you know, because God has a different plan. Okay?
You're right.
God has a different plan. Maybe the plan is for me to be the next head coach to guide these young South Sudanese now boys in Melbourne, all over Australia. I see a lot of young Sudanese, great boxers. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm always on their corner. I'm always talking to them. I'm always helping them out, advising them, you know, how to live this righteous way. When in boxing, especially, you can't be doing a lot of things. You cannot be drinking, you cannot be smoking. You have to dedicate your life to the sport.
Sport, yes.
And and boxing always gives, if you're honest to her, and she will be honest with you. You know,
You're right.
if you don't take shortcuts,
Yep.
it will show. If you take shortcuts, it will show too. So
You're
that's
right.
my advice. That's my advice. That's always been my advice to the younger guys. And
Yeah.
they've seen me, and I never take no shortcut. And I always train extremely hard. If the guys that I know in boxing, if they're going to run 10 kilometers, I run 15. If they're running 10 in 50 minutes, I make sure I run 10 in 45 minutes. I'd work with them. I always wanted to be 2 steps ahead. And the reason why that I think I haven't made to the world stage
Yep.
or to America, whatever,
Yep.
it comes with support. هسه يعني انت لو تشوف يعني زي for an example community Greek for
Yep.
Australia.
Mm-hmm.
They always support each other. They come together and
Come together.
they support their fighter. مهما كان له الظروف لو ولدهم ده is not very talented, they always support.
They come.
They buy ticket, they support, they sponsor the kid, they believe in them, and that's how it's marketing, and that's how they promote their boy, and they get opportunity. It's all about how many tickets you can sell.
Who is you? Who behind you?
Yes, who's behind you?
Yeah.
Who's behind you? And that's how it is.
Wow.
Mm.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I remember في واحد كان من is that من Greece؟
Aye,
هو لا لبنانيس
aye,
الزول ده هو فوتبولر.
aye,
هو قاعد يقول لي كلام يعني
aye.
عجبني. قال لي
Aye.
عندهم تيم تا فوتبول
Mhm,
هنا.
mhm.
تيم تا فوتبول ده في في كريسماس، بيفوق كريسماس هم بيعمل مناسبه، بيجي
Aye,
حتى ناس الكوميونتي كله بيجي فوق.
صح.
هم بيدوا مثلا نقول 5000 ولا 4000 بيدوا لكنيسه، شفت كيف؟
أها.
لكن هم they'll get like maybe 50,000 بودي
Yep.
للسبوت.
Yep.
شفت كيف؟
مهم.
انا قلت why they doing that؟ قال لانه من this the generation الناس منتظرينهم بكره،
صح.
ف they have to put all their support there عشان الناس دي بتاع الناس كويسين في المجتمع.
Absolutely.
احنا South Sudanese او Sudanese will love sport. The problem, no support. Start from the family to the extent community كله. يمكن يعني زي ما انت قلت والشو مي يمكن كان الشباب الصغار الدفعه بتاعك ديل يعني كان بيجوا بس عمل لك سبورت، وهنا قاعدين في ملبون وي نو nothing.
صح.
شفت كيف؟
إيه.
So just apologize on behalf of our
ما لا ما في مشكلة. أنا أقول لك
people.
يعني ديبا جاء في واحد من المباريات بتاعنا، مذكر زمانك،
نعم.
وأنا خلي اسمه سامن مناس.
يا مناس،
سامن
نعم. يا
مناس هو جاء في مباراة بتاعي sometimes. وأنا أقول لك حاجة. I just
تفضل.
remember this.
نعم.
تمام. واحد من واحد من community بتاعنا زمان قابلني، قال لي انت كروبت، why you wasting your time مع كلام بتاع بوكسينج وحاجات
Boxing
ده
ده.
وكده.
Oh my God.
وبعدين انت ما بيكون لك انك برين انجري وكده كده كده. انا ضحكت وانا قلت وانا مشيت. مره ثانيه قام جا قال لي you haven't lost yet. انا ضحكت، انا مشيت. يعني sometimes people this is what I see with our community, yeah? And I've seen this for a very long time. And يعني انت لما يشوفوك انت you doing something different, not like everybody else, and they think you're wasting your time. And احنا هسه قاعدين في محلات لازم the most important thing is احنا لازم support our children, you
نعم.
know. We support our children. يعني education is important, but education is not the only way. يعني going to school, going to university is not the only way for you to make a living.
Mhm.
There are so many ways that we can make living and we can change lives. You
Yeah.
know, Hasa, for an example, if you look at the basketball right now, who is doing a lot more work and changing lives in في جنوب Sudan? My basketball, sport, and things like that. So يعني انا زمان ده individual من community بتاعنا دايما لما يشوفني بيقول لي انت you haven't lost, you haven't done this, and I was I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't angry. I was like, is this the best that you can tell me? You should be motivating me to do better, to go hard, to you should be happy for me that I'm doing this instead of looking at the negative side of the sport. Okay? But Hassan غيرت. Hasa every time. Now I'm at the age where احنا قاعدين beginner شباب. Okay, I'm
نعم.
at the age where now when I see my young brothers out there doing sport, doing things, I always tell them keep going because that's what you're good at, and you always got my support, you know. And some of my sisters right now, يعني إنهم أولادهم at the age of 15, 16, 17, بقول يا كوربو ولدي بيحب كورة ويا ولدي بعمل كده. How can I inspire him, motivate him to keep on going? أنا بقول لهم شنو؟ keep on going to their game. Support them by showing, but make sure you're there. Okay? Listen to them. You know, that's the only way for us to save our people. To connect with our youth. You know, we need to listen to our youth. ما احنا ما عارفين كل حاجة يعني ما عارفين كل حاجة. We need to listen to these people because they are the one outside here every day. They know what's going on. They go through this, and 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 we learn from each other.
Yep.
You know, we learn from each other, and I'm actually grateful that I have people like yourself that I look up to, you know, with the basketball that you've been doing for a very long time, that
Yep.
I found out recently. And it's beautiful. It's changing lives. You know, these kids who come out there, instead of them going outside to to be on the train station, no, they rather come to the to the basketball and participate there and do this. You know, so it's a beautiful thing that you are doing. I gotta give you your flowers too. You
Yeah,
know.
thank you. Thank you, Karabo. I just want to ask you about which the game you can remember until now, the fighting you remember from first second to the end.
Ah, man, this one was in 2009.
Yep.
It's in Sydney.
Okay.
So what happened is I was fighting a guy, but the guy ended up, I know who I was matched with.
Yep.
He ended up being sick, and they had to replace him with somebody else. And at that minute, they replaced him with Australian amateur boxing champion at that moment. And the
Wow.
guy, he was from the IAS in
Okay.
Canberra. He
Oh.
lived there. He lived there. He trained there. He was strong. So I found out 1 week just before the fight. And the previous year, he beat one of my teammates. That was in Victoria,
Mm.
in place called Bansdale. He
Okay.
beat him. So when I found out that I was fighting this guy, his name is David Toussaint.
Yep.
Very, very sharp fighter. He was a left hand, and I'm a left-handed too.
Two. Okay.
So we were fighting at this place called the Gentleman Clubs in Sydney.
Uh-huh.
So in order for you to be one of these members out there, you I mean, everybody dressed nice in a suit, tie. It's very proper. Mhm.
Wow.
So people are coming to me in the change room. They say, "So how do you think you're gonna go?" I was like, "Listen, I didn't come all the way here to lose. I'm coming here to win." You
To
know.
win. Yep.
They were like, "Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, no worries." Little did I know, I didn't know what was happening. But when we went in the ring, all right, these people were screaming my name, Korobo, come on, Korobo. And the guy that I was fighting, he was he thought I was nobody. Okay. At that time I had a thing about 12 fights, one loss. And he had over 30 fights already.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. He thought he was just gonna come there and boom, boom, boom,
Winning. Just finish.
finish me. I'm not gonna lie to you. This boy came very hard. The first round, he came, he threw some strong punches, boom, hit me so hard, the ref gave me count. He didn't knock me down, but the ref gave me a count. In
Yeah.
amateur, when you get hit with a clean punch, they give you count.
They give count here.
Yeah, the ref gave me he gave me 2 count in the first round.
Wow.
I went back to my corner. My coach shook me up like this. He slapped me a little bit. He said, "Wake up." I was like, "Don't worry, you know, I didn't come here to lose, and this is nothing." Okay. So in the second round, I went in. mm, we started fighting. I hit this guy with some hard punches. You know, I won the second round. He won the first one. Two more to go. And then the third round in boxing, it was even. We were fighting, fighting, fighting. The last round, I hit him with a punch just next in his liver.
Oh.
Boom!
Damn.
Oh, this man went like this. Oh,
Good.
I jump on him. I start hitting him so crazy. The crowd was going crazy. Oh! I end up winning that fight. I won that fight, and I remember this fight because they count me out. They didn't
Wow.
think that I was going to win. They
Ah.
yeah, they count me out. They looked at me like I was nobody. But this
Okay.
guy, this guy still remember me until today, you know,
Wow.
and he will never forget me, and I will never forget him because we had a very good fight. So those one of that's one of them that I remember, and yeah, it was good.
That's good. That's good. Uh, Korobo, do you remember the game you play very bad until now you regret on?
No, I don't regret. I don't regret anything in boxing,
Okay.
and the reason why I say this is because it's not easy for anybody to step in a boxing ring, and I always respect every man, every opponent, every woman, man that make that decision and get in a boxing ring. Because in order for you to do that, you have to be mentally strong. You have to be mentally strong and you have to be ready.
Yep.
So I I don't regret any boxing match that I've lost. You know, yes, there was some matches that I was, you know, maybe not 100% ready, but I found a way to win. You know, and I always felt like it's a winning every time I step in the ring and I get out healthy. As long as I'm out of that boxing ring healthy, I'm breathing, I can talk,
Happy, yeah.
nothing,
Yep.
no any crazy injury. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter what the decision is.
Yep.
I'm good. That's my attitude toward this sport.
Both of you fighting, you couldn't go to the hospital at all. Never something bad happened to you.
Now, one this is the only loss that I had in a professional fight.
Yep.
So what happened is I was fighting this guy from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was he was one of my easiest fight, and yet I lost the fight. I lost the fight to him. My easiest opponent ever, but yet I lost
Lost
the
that
fight.
game, yeah.
So what happened is we were fighting in the fourth round. I asked my coach, I was like, what do you want me to do? He said, go ahead there and just continue boxing, do what you're doing, you're doing great.
Yep.
And me, I was like, okay, no problem. Now I want to go in there and hurt the guy, hit him with some hard punches. So here we're fighting. I hit him with a couple of good punches. He felt it. He was going back. So here I come. I want to hit him with this good one. So to put him to, to knock him out or whatever, I,
Yeah.
I, I throw the punch. I miss his head. I miss
Oh,
his. So I put my hand back so quickly.
yeah.
I dislocated my shoulder.
Oh.
I dislocated my shoulder. I,
Ah.
I do. I went like this. I try to put my shoulder back so I can continue fighting. I
Continue the
couldn't.
game.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I couldn't do that. But yet nobody knew what was happening. I kind of hide it good. I was trying to hit him with one arm, but unfortunately I couldn't. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even grab the guy because this arm, the left hand was out. So that's when the guy jumped on me. He threw punches, didn't even land, but the ref stopped the fight. So I went to the hospital and they put my shoulder back. Before I went to the hospital, the opponent came up to me and he said to me, "Thank you very much, and you're the hardest person that I've ever fought." And I was like, "Hey, listen, man, um,
Lucky.
it's a sport, and it happens, and it could have happened to you, but unfortunately, it happened to me, and I'm not mad. It is what it is, part of the game."
You're right. واو.
Mm.
طيب عايزين نقول للمشاهدين بتاعنا مرحبا بكم في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. احنا الليله مع البطل الكبير اللي هو ساوث السودانيز بتاعنا، من شباب اللي قدموا لنا ملاكمه في البلد ده، وعايزين نسمع منه نصائح لكوميونتي ليالهم، ومستقبل بتاع عيال بتاعنا هيكون في يده قدر شنو، وطريقه اللي كانوا بياكلوا بيشربوا بينوم بو وهو بيجي يلعبوا، وممكن الليله هيكلمنا الكلام ده. وانا بسلم للمشاهدين بتاعنا جيمس لاميه، مرحب بك. سوزان مرحب بك. ماري مرحب. نادية جوني سا ريشارد بولي مرحب بك يا اخي. اخونا خميس تيلري جمعه مرحب بكم. سمرة ازيك؟ ابوت ازيك؟ كيف؟ ياسر جابر المدير مرحب بكم يا جماعه. فواحد سعيد يشوفكم في برنامج، واحنا لسه ماشيين مع البطل الكبير كربو، واحنا ماشيين
Bye.
لنهايات قادر
اوكي.
اعرف انت كنت قاعد تاكل كيف وقاعد تشرب كيف. هل الاكل
ايوه
بتاعك كان صحي؟ ده نازل عشان الريال بتاعنا خليهم يعرف الرياضي بياكل 200 بياكل شنو وينوم 200 وما بيساهر كلام كتير كده عايزين نعرف.
اسمع، يعني بوكسينج، هو يعني البوكسينج ده بقى زي the way of life for me. اوكي.
مهم.
يعني اكل جانك فود انا ما قاعد ناكله. انا
مبروك.
مما قد نربى، انا ما قاعد نحب اكل بتاع لحوم كثير، ده ما بنفع،
مهم.
ما كويس.
ما قاعد تاكل. نعم.
ما قد ما بحبه. يعني لما الناس يقولوا لي سبا، انا اقول لك حاجه، زمان انا اتشان بروفيشنال،
Yeah.
انا بديت عرفت كثير عشان شنو ده اكل. عشان
I
انت
want you to liberate this in English عشان العيال بتاعنا القاعدين يسمع بعدين خليهم يعرفوا انه في كلام كويس.
اوكي، ما في مشكله.
Yeah.
So it's important يعني for you to know what to eat, you know. But nowadays احنا عايشين في زمن اللي you know there's so many information out there about food. So for me today, until today, I'm a pescatarian. A pescatarian there يعني شنو ده. That's the person who eat vegetables and fish
Yeah.
and only fish. I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't even drink milk. Okay. I don't even drink milk. And I tell you, when every time that I get ready for a fight, I go vegan. يعني أنا بس باكل خضروات بس.
خضروات. Yep.
خضروات بس، يعني ما في لحم، كله يعني بامية، كرفو، جنجارو، يعني kidney beans. So these are my food. These these are the proper food that everybody should be eating. يعني fruits وحاجات ديل. And أنا أقول لك حاجة رمضان.
نعم.
I don't get tired. When I say I don't get tired, I don't get tired because يعني إنت لما when you eat meat, eat meat, you know, especially this meat out here, we're living abroad.
Yeah.
It's not the right thing.
It's
It's not
not.
the
It's
proper,
not. It's not.
because there's so many hormones they inject the
Yeah,
meat,
you're right. You're
especially
right.
especially chicken. And
Yeah.
now that's why you can see the difference between this generation and my generation or
Your
the
generation.
generation.
Yeah, you're right.
You
You're right.
see, you see today kids, 14 years old is about 6'4",
You're
big.
right. And weak.
The hormones, the food is not the right one. Okay. So I avoid eating this because there's so much diseases in this food, right?
You're right.
Especially chicken, especially meat, there's so much disease. But yet on vegetables حاجات ده ما في. وانت لما تاكل انسان لما ياكل لحم, it takes about 3 to 4 days in order for meat ده يطلع من جسم من السيستم بتاعك. But
نعم.
انت لما تاكل vegetables الليله ده انت تقدر تمشي في toilet, you know. It's important كمان يعني for us to avoid soft drinks, energy drinks. We need to avoid all of these things. It's not helping us, you know. But especially for the youth, you
You're
don't
right.
get you don't get energy by drinking energy drinks. You get energy by exercising every day, by going to bed on time, yeah, by taking good care of your health. Your physical health is important as much as your mental health.
You're right.
We become what we eat. Okay. انت لما تاكل خضروك every day, I'm just giving an example. انت لما
Yep.
تاكل يعني خضروك بقولوا شنو ده ham,
If.
cheese
نعم. Yep.
وحاجات ده, you end up looking like خضروك. You end up looking like خضروك. And
You're
also
right.
it's important what we eat. يعني افكارنا ما يعني انا ما قاعد لما انا اتكلم حاجات اللي احنا قاعدين ناكلها, it goes to everything else. Dieting يعني حاجات اللي احنا قاعدين نسمع له, ميوزك
نعم.
اللي احنا قاعدين نسمع له, والتي في شو اللي احنا قاعدين نشوفه له,
مهم.
واكل اللي احنا قاعدين ناكل, اصحاب اللي احنا قاعدين نخلوه جنبنا. It's
نعم.
all part of us. It's all part of dieting. So we gotta have the right people around us, the right food, the right TV shows, the right music, because it's very important to listen to positive music in order for you to live the healthy and righteous way, you know?
Yeah. ده حاجه جميله يا كربا، انا مبسوط شديد اسمع منك ده. وزي ما انا قلنا للمشاهدين بتاعنا، يمكن المره الجايه يمكن حنسمع تاني كتير. وانا مبسوط شديد خالص. لكن انا داير منك حاجه واحد. انا داير اعرف منو اللي انت حتقدر تقول له شكرا وانت ما كلمته قبل كده، وانت زول منتظر تقول له شكرا يوم من ايام، من الحاجات اللي انت عملتها، حياه اللي انت تربات فوقه لحد انت بقيت في مرحله ده زول نظيف، يعني خالي كحول، ولا مشى السجون ولا عنده مشكله مع اي زول في الدنيا ده منو انت تقول له شكرا؟
Ooh. Um, I'm not trying to get emotional, but
سارة.
uh,
سارة. It'll be okay, bro. Yeah, take care. Everything will be okay. We're happy to hear that, and take it easy. Take it easy.
oh, okay,
Take it easy, bro. نعم.
okay. أنا أقول لك كده. طبعا إحنا we don't get to say this a lot to our people, yeah.
You're right.
يعني بالذات إحنا شباب.
You'll be okay, buddy.
Okay, okay.
Yes, thank
We
you.
don't get
You're
to
welcome.
we don't get to say this too often. Oh, we don't even get to say this at all. يعني
You're right.
I think this is part of, I don't know whether it's part of our culture.
Culture جنوبين كله بطريقة ده.
ايوه الجنوبيين كل بالطريقه ده
نعم.
يعني الليله ده
Sorry.
بالذات
Take it easy.
احنا بالذات احنا الرجال يعني people don't tell you how how good or how good you are or how important you are
Yep.
في اسره. People don't tell you this.
They done.
الا لما تيجي تموت بيجي بيقولوا كوربو
فلان
كان
كان.
فلان كان كويس فلان كان كويس, and they only say good things about you when you die.
You're right.
Okay. um Me personally, يعني I don't share my emotions a lot with people, you know. أنا عارف أمي قاعدة يحبني وأنا قاعد أحبها. She knows that, you know.
Yep.
And I think this is going to start. يعني الناس اللي قاعدين يسمعوا هسه ده, I think it's important يعني for everybody to. I'm trying to do this myself, you know.
You're welcome. Yep.
I haven't heard يعني أمي ولا أبوي بيقول لها أنا بحبك زمان أنا قاعد I'm growing up. I haven't heard this. Yeah, I know they love me, but they never told me, "Yeah, I
They don't
love
tell
you."
out.
They don't tell.
I know.
Nobody,
I know.
nobody, nobody say this.
Yes.
Um, yes, I know. I can tell from their action. They work hard. They do this. They do this to show their love, but they never tell you they love you or how much you mean to them. And and now I have my own daughter.
Children.
I tell her every day, hey, listen, daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. And I get to hear that back from her. Daddy, I love you too. You know?
Wow.
So my message is, ولا زولا لنا اقدر اقول له شكرا, انا اقول شكرا لامي. She sacrificed a lot. She sacrificed a lot. And even my father, they sacrificed a lot. And for us to get to where we are today, you know. And shukran to the boxing gym that I walked into. Or the most important thing, I want to say thank you to myself. I gotta thank myself, you know, for being strong, for being resilient, you know, even though I faced so many challenges in this in this life growing up as a young adult coming to Australia. احنا جينا زمان جينا هنا انا كنت 17 سنه.
نعم.
امي معذوره واختي صغير فيه. Okay, she was about 14 years old. You know, the first يعني زمان احنا جينا حاجة بتاع انا كما كويس مقفول. She was rushing to the hospital في عملية. First month يعني الدكتور قال لنا شنو؟ She was if we stayed in Egypt any longer حاجة اللي كان في tumor في راسها ده كان would have exploded and that would have been the end of it. We were very
Wow.
lucky. At the age of 17, new country, you don't know anybody, you can barely even speak the language. It was a challenging. But the reason why I'm bringing up my mother's story is because I learned a lot from her,
You're right.
even though she's blind, she still found the courage to keep on going with life and things like that and help those around her. It might not be physical help, but it could be um, inspirational help, motivating other women, you know. So I just want to say thank you to my mother, and then at the same time, I want to say thank you to myself for being a strong young man. Who I never touched no alcohol, I never touched no drugs, and I always tried to do the best that I could to
Clean.
keep on going. Yeah, to keep
Clean.
on going.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because I know I have a lot of siblings, a lot of other people, young people out there looking at me, you know. They might not be coming to directly to me and be like, hey Korba, I would like what you say, I see what you're doing. But I know they are watching what I'm doing. So as the first South Sudanese boxer, okay, to do this in a professional level, I want to continue my life the righteous way. Even though I stopped competing, that does not mean my lifestyle has to change to go back to eating wherever. No, it's important for me to continue eating right, to continue exercising, because yes, because I was somebody idol, somebody was looking up to me. You
That's
know,
the level. You know, you're up there. You can't drop yourself down.
no, you cannot, you
You have to
cannot, you
live the
cannot.
life of professionals, you know?
Yeah, you cannot because these people التعليل هذا ما كان الظروف قدروا شنو يعني انت ما قدر يعني حياة حياة بتاع السبورت بتاعك لو انتهت انت باسكتبول انت انتهيت من باسكتبول على طول من هناك تنتهي منه تمشي تسكر وتعمل وكده كده. No, because you had جماهير, you had people that were looking up to you.
Until now,
People
yeah.
that were high, people that were, oh my God, I can't wait to go see this person play. بحسك لو زول ده جا لقاك في شارع انت منتهي كده. What sort of message are you sending this to these people? So that's why I hold myself very accountable and I look at myself like it's important for me to practice what I preach. If I'm going to talk about fitness and health and things like that, I have to be in shape myself.
You're right.
I can't tell people, okay, you go to the boxing gym every day, make sure you eat good, make sure you eat, but I look like rubbish bin, you know, or I eat horrible, you know. So I have to be the face, practice what I preach. I have to demonstrate, and so they can see, okay, yes, he actually doing this.
Yes, yes. Karabo, I'll be happy to leave you now because we still have another interview coming. So we'll talk a lot because I want to know more things from you. So I hope I can hear from you what you doing with the youth, South Sudanese youth here in Australia and in the boxing, and when we can see somebody else like you to be in the state and inquire for community to go to watch or help. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay. No.
بصراحة I'm very happy to see you today في برنامج. عندنا مجموعة كثيرة الليلة ناس جا شاركوا هنا, ناس شارلز, فيولا, يعني فيولا very happy to get to see you in the show.
No.
مجموعة كبير من الناس هنا قبل, أنا يمكن 3 من الصفحة ده, وفي الصفحة
Mm,
الثانية ريبيكا ميلا في أمريكا. I think
mm.
one of your cousins does.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And I thank you so much for giving me this platform to speak, to share my story because not a lot of people know my story like that. And I thank you for having this platform to, you know, يعني خلي الناس يجي يتكلموا ذكريات الماضي وكده. It's
now
important. It's important. And if I'm gonna go, this is my message that I just wanna leave.
يا
يعني
ويلكم ويلكم.
كان في ناس لسه قاعدين يشوفوا كده.
نعم لسه في ناس قاعدين.
يعني it's important يا اخوانا عشان تشجعوا اولادكم وبناتكم. Inspire them, you know, inspire them, support them. The most important thing is support, you know, and support it takes a long, it goes a long way, you know. If you don't be there for your kids, be there for your brothers, be there for your sisters, you know, and that's what I think we need, you know, as a community. If we want to see each other succeed in life, we must support one another, and we must tell each other how much we mean to each other before somebody goes. ما ممكن ما ممكن احنا نجي نقول كل all the nice things to a person في يوم بتاع اسمه وفاة بتاعه.
funeral like that.
Yeah, funeral. We cannot do that. Let us tell our people how much they mean to us while they're still here, you know. And thank you very much. And next time I'll have more for you and more for the audience, inshallah. شكرا
Inshallah.
شكرا.
I'll be happy. Maybe next time I'll bring one of our friends. He been in Olympic 2 times.
Yes.
He's here, and you didn't meet him, and you don't know him even. He's a 2-time boxer in Olympic. He went to Los Angeles. He went to the second one was Japan.
Okay.
That's 84, 88, something like that. 86.
Yeah.
So he represents Sudan by that time. Was here in Sydney now. His name Ali Jokomi.
Okay, beautiful. I would love to meet him.
Yeah, big star. He play big matches.
Okay,
you know?
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
I hope you can meet him one day in the coming
Inshallah.
show. So حاجة تاني
Mhm.
أنا بقول لك مع السلامة وأنا بشكرك شديد وإن شاء الله الأسبوع الجاي يوم السبت برضه هنكون عندنا مع أشول your friend أشول هنكون عندنا برنامج في the same time. So كان شفناك كمان هناك بكون كويس. After we finish with Ashol, the second Saturday بكون مع الفنان الكبير دايناميك. So all this conform واحنا ان شاء الله هنكون معاكم في ايامات الجايه يا مشاهدين. نقول لكم شكرا شديد. جورجيو يا مرحب بك. دوكو مرحب بك. والله واحد مبسوط الليله اشوفكم في برنامج ده. الياس بول فالله يديكم العافيه. الناس اللي انا ما قدرت اساميهم بقول لهم معلش لكن ان شاء الله لو تشاركتوا بتاع ده في الفيسبوك بتاعكم بكون جميل جدا جدا. انا سعيد اشوف اخوي كوربا الليله هنا او ابني صغير وانا مبسوط شديد جدا جدا. وهو من الناس اللي رفعوا رؤوسنا هنا في استراليا. فخلي الناس اللي برا خلينا يعرفوا احنا عندنا كثير نجوم بتاعنا. عندنا كتار ريال بتاعنا قدم في كل مكان. كوربا I'll tell you thank you very much and you give me your time. I'm happy to see you today. I hope we'll talk later.
Not a problem. And one last thing,
yes, welcome.
If some of these people want to see some of my fights, it's on YouTube. All you gotta do is just type Korobo Ito.
Korobo Ito. That's why I just want to get something yesterday. I couldn't get it.
Korobo Ito, ETTO. No I. That ETTO. Korobo Ito.
Yep.
So okay, there will be some fights there.
Yep.
And yeah. You can watch it.
No worries. So next time we'll put some boxing out, and you can explain to us the round or something like that. We'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. My mushkila.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. Korobo. Take care. Right. See you later. Right. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye bye.
يلا باي. مشاهدين برنامج ذكريات في أيامنا. واحد سعيد يعني الليلة كان مع واحد من أبطال الموجودين عندنا في ملبورن استراليا. وهو من نيال اللي رفعوا رؤوسنا في البلد ده. طبعا احنا عسل عندنا قريب ل يمكن 700 ل 800 لاعب بروفيشنال في كل مناشد. يعني يقول ملاكمه هو كان الوحيد يمكن في الملاكمه لكن في واحدين في وسطنا. وقول باسكت بول عندنا يعني قريب ل 70 ولا 80 لاعب في بروفيشنال باسكت بول في هنا في استراليا. وبنات ما شاء الله في كل ستيت يمكن بكون قريب ل 3 ولا 4 بنات كده هم بيلعبوا بمستوى درجه اولى هنا في استراليا. عندنا بنات وعندنا اولاد في كره قدم ما شاء الله هم برضو انت شفتوه كان 3 في كاس العالم وما شاء الله وماشيين. يعني هسه ممكن في كل فرق استراليا عندنا برضو اولاد بتاعت كره قدم هناك. فبصراحه الفودي ما تتكلم، فودي يمكن ده من اكبر منشط. عندنا اولاد في مستوى عالي جدا جدا، وعندنا واحد من اولاد السنه اللي فاتت يمكن كان هو اكبر اجر الدفع بتاعت النصريات او المصاريف في استراليا، هو كان لاعب الاول في فودي. ان شاء الله يوم من الايام هنجيب ابوه وهنعرفكم اسمه هو منو، ويمكن الناس اللي بيتابعوا هم يكونوا عارفين اللاعب بتاعنا ده يمكن اكبر واحد قدر يدفع له قروشنا في فودي. عندنا رجبي في اولاد زهروا هناك، في كركت في اولاد زهروا هناك. ف يا جماعه بصراحه قبل 15 سنه انا قابلت واحد من المعلمين وكان بالصدفه واحنا جايين من مسافه بعيد، كنا في ترين وبنتكلم معه وجا قاعد جنبي وكان بيتونس ويقول لي انت من وين؟ انا وريته انا من جنوب السودان وكده وشنو. قال لي شوف، يعني بعد 10 15 سنه يالكم هيكونكا سبوت في بلد ده. قلت له كده، قال هو استاذ في مدرسه، اي منشد في مدرسه اول زول فوق من جنوب السودان. ف يعني انت شفت يا ولد بيتر بول ومجموعه في على بلقوت شفتهم في اولمبياد. يعني ده الثمره بتاعنا هنا في البلد ده، وخليك الناس اللي خرجوا بشهادات وامتياز وما شابه ذلك. فبالتالي احنا في حاجات كثير ما قاعدين نشوفه، لكن احنا دائما يمكن ربنا مرات بيحبنا وبيخلينا احنا بنقعد مع اولادنا في كل وقت وبنشوفهم. احنا شفنا كثير هم يعني قدموا كويس، فبس اعلام بتاعت استراليا ما بيخلينا احنا يعني يرفعوا صوتنا او يرفعوا سمعتنا، هم دائما بيحاولوا ينزلونا تحت. فانا بقول لكم انا مبسوط شديد الليله كنت مع بطل، وان شاء الله هو البطل ده حيكون معنا الاسبوع الجاي بعد 3 4 اسبوع ان شاء الله. هيكون معنا لاعب كبير جدا جدا لكره قدم ممثل جنوب السودان، هو هيكون معنا في يوم السبت الجاي، وكان يكون في السيم زمن ممكن حتى تشوف الاعلان المره الجايه. اقول لكم شكرا شكرا جزيلا. كاسميرو زيك اخونا ويليام مرحبا بك يا اخي. هابي فالنتاين داي، وشفنا امبارح حاجات كثير، فمعليش هنكون معكم المره الجايه. جورج مرحبا بك يا اخي. اهلا اهلا. فانا اقول لكم مع سلامه، وان شاء الله هنتقابل المره الجايه وبنتكلم كثير عن اولادنا الناجحين في بلد ده. فلسه هتسمع نصائح كثير من الشباب زي ناس كهرباء، هتسمع منهم نصائح كثير ان شاء الله، وهم هيجي يكلمونا هم كانوا بيعملوا شنو في البلد ده في الرياضه. شكرا جزيلا.
likambo euti mosika nazali kobanga na kati ya mikili ya mpoto kaka ebeti kembie nzokwele bilanga e kembie libale bondoki okembie naloti mama na yo azali kongala akangi liputa na kingo liputa ya pembe azali kolukanga pote tobunda
اقول لكم مع السلامه وان شاء الله هنكون
azali mama
يوم السبت القادم ان شاء الله.
libale koti bonganga kembie libale koti bondoki okembi